Namaste. In this class, we will discuss the balance topic of memory. Balance topic of memory. Here, I have given byte, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte, petabyte, exabyte, zettabyte, petabyte, rotabyte, geobyte, cyberbyte, and gigabyte. If you want to convert bytes to KBs, 1024 bytes is equal to KB. 1024 bytes is equal to KB. Again, 1024 KB is equal to MB. Again, if we want to convert 1024 MB is equal to GB. 1024 GB is equal to TB. 1024 TB is equal to petabyte. 1024 petabytes is equal to exabyte. 1024 zettabytes, exabyte is equal to zettabyte. 1024 zettabytes is equal to petabyte. 1024 petabytes is equal to protobyte. 1024 protobyte is equal to geobyte, GB star. 1024 GB star is equal to Sagan byte. 1024 Sagan byte is equal to PB star gigabyte. That means if we want to multiply bytes with 1024, we will get KB. If we multiply 1024 with KB, we will get megabytes. Like this, if we multiply 1024, we convert it to next level. Again, if we divide by 1024, it will convert it to this is into if you multiply, it will go to higher level. If you multiply byte with 1024, it will give kilobyte. If you multiply KB with 1024, it gives megabyte. Higher level memory. Go to higher level. Okay. That means if you multiply with the 2 to the power of 10 with bytes, that means 2 to the power of 10 bytes is equal to KB. 2 to the power of 20, 2 to the power of 10 KB is equal to megabyte. 2 to the power of 10 megabytes is equal to gigabyte. 2 to the power of 10 gigabytes is terabyte. 2 to the power of 10 terabytes is petabyte. 2 to the power of 10 petabytes is exabyte. 2 to the power of 10 exabyte is zettabyte. 2 to the power of 10 zettabyte is petabyte. 2 to the power of 10 petabyte is equal to rotabyte. 2 to the power of 10 rotabyte is equal to geobyte. 2 to the power of 10 geobyte is equal to Sagan byte. 2 to the power of 10 Sagan byte is equal to petabyte. So if you want to calculate how many bytes are there for how many, by seeing this figure, immediately we can say that 1 KB is equal to 2024 bytes or 2 to the power of 10 bytes. KB is equal to 1024 bytes or KB is equal to 2 to the power of 10 bytes. 10 bytes. By seeing this way, 1 GB is equal to 1 GB is equal to 1 GB is equal to how many times you have to write? 1 GB is equal to 1024 MB. 1 GB is equal to 1024 MB. 1024 MB. That is equal to 2 to the power of 10 MB. 2 to the power of 10 MB. The same can be written by seeing this figure. we can write 1 GB is equal 1024 into 1024 KB, 1024 KB, which is equal to 2 to the power of 10 into 2 to the power of 10, 2 to the power of 10 into 2 to the power of 10, that is equal to 220 KB, 220 KB. The GB can be written in bytes. Again, we can written as bytes. Now, 1 GB is equal to 1024. Again, 1024. Again, 1024. Again, 1024 bytes. Bytes. 1024 bytes, which is equal to 2 to the power of 10. Again, 2 to the power of 10. Again, 2 to the power of 10. 2 to the power of 10. That is equal to 2 to the power of 30 bytes. 2 to the power of 30 bytes. Like this, if you remember this figure, we can convert the GBs, gigabytes to megabyte, megabytes to kilobyte, kilobytes to byte. We can write in any form, Suppose, in terms of if we want to see 1 GB is equal to 1 TB by 2 to the power of 10 bytes. 1 to the power of 10 bytes. 1 GB is equal to terabyte by 2 to the power of 10 bytes. Terabyte by 2 to the power of 10. That means terabyte by 1024. If we divide terabyte by 1024, it gives the GB. We can convert like this also. We can write GB in terms of TB by dividing by 1024. Okay. Because like this, we can remember different representation of bytes. Now we'll discuss memory. Memory means space. If you want to purchase a smartphone, we look for the components, processor. Memory means RAM and hard disk. In terms of memory means RAM and hard disk or flash memory in terms of smartphone or memory card and also memory card. In terms for laptop, it is hard disk also. RAM for laptop we'll see for processor and RAM and hard disk. Processor is common for both smartphone and laptop or desktop. If we want to purchase a smartphone, we look for processor, memory, RAM or flash memory or memory card also. If we want to purchase a laptop, we look for the components like processor, RAM, hard disk, etc. So here we call memory. Why do we look for this memory and why do we look for memory? We want to store maximum data on programs, or if you want to process the data very fast, then memory should be more. If we have more memory, system performance will be more. That means one of the factor to increase the performance of a smartphone is memory also. So memory. Actually, there are two types of memory. One is primary memory. Second one is secondary memory. Secondary memory. Primary memory. First one is primary memory. Second one is secondary memory. It is primary memory also called as internal memory. Internal memory. It is also called external memory. External memory. It can be also called volatile and non-volatile memory. Okay? This is non-volatile memory. Non-volatile memory. What is it? Under primary memory we have RAM, ROM. Under primary memory we have RAM and ROM. RAM stands for random access memory. RAM stands for random access memory. ROM stands for read only memory. Read only memory. RAM stands for random access memory. ROM stands for read only memory. Again, this random access memory is divided into two parts: SRAM and DRAM. SRAM and DRAM. SRAM stands for static RAM. DRAM stands for dynamic RAM. So in memory we have primary memory, second one is secondary memory, internal memory, external memory, volatile, non-volatile, both we have in primary memory. Now only non-volatile is secondary memory. And this primary memory is divided. Into two parts: RAM and ROM. RAM stands for random access memory. ROM stands for read-only memory. And this under RAM we have two parts: SRAM and DRAM. SRAM stands for static random access memory. Static random access memory. DRAM stands for dynamic random access memory. Under ROM we have ROM, EPROM, EEPROM. Under read-only memory, we have three types of ROM. One is PROM, second one is EPROM, third one is WEPROM. PROM stands for programmable read-only memory. P stands for P, programmable read-only memory. EPROM stands for programmable read-only memory. EPROM stands for erasable programmable read-only memory. Erasable programmable read-only memory. EPROM stands for erasable programmable read-only memory. WEPROM stands for electrically erasable read-only memory. Erasable programmable read-only. WEPROM stands for electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. Under primary memory, we have two types of primary memory, RAM and ROM. Under RAM, we have again two types of memories, SRAM and DRAM. Under ROM, we have ROM is called read-only memory. Under ROM, we have PROM, EPROM, WEPROM. PROM stands for programmable read-only memory. EPROM stands for erasable programmable read-only memory. Erasable programmable read-only memory. EPROM stands for electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. Now we'll discuss in detail about these things. RAM. RAM. RAM stands for random access memory. Random access memory. The name itself saying that randomly accessing memory. Randomly accessing memory. Randomly access memory randomly. That means no need to follow series. That means we can jump from one point to another point. Okay. Under RAM we have SRAM and DRAM SRAM stands for static RAM, DRAM stands for dynamic RAM. And as SRAM is made up of semiconductor type flip-flops, made up of flip-flops. It is made up of capacitor, made up of flip-flop. It is made up of capacitor. For SRAM is very fast. SRAM is very fast and costly. SRAM is very fast and it is costly also. Costly also. DRAM is low cost and slow. It is slower than SRAM. It is slower than SRAM. Under DRAM we have DDR1, DDR2, DDR3. Like this, we can have so many apps. DDR stands for double data rate. DDR stands for double data rate. In laptops, now we can find out these DDR1, DDR2 RAMs. We can find out these DDR1, DDR2, DDR3 RAMs in our laptop and in desktop. Latest laptops, desktops also. Okay. This in SRAM, it is because it is made up of flip-flop. No need to refresh. Why it is fast means here SRAM is not SRAM is not needed to refresh the many times. While DRAM is made up of capacitor, the property of the capacitor is charge and discharge. If we charge the capacitor, it indicates 1. If we discharge the capacitor, it is 0. So, that's why as the capacitor is discharging, we have to refresh to charge the capacitor. We have to refresh to charge the capacitor. That's why so many refresh. So it will take so much time. So that's why it is slower. Whereas in SRAM, no need to refresh. In DRAM, you have to refresh many times. Why? Because is made up of capacitor. The property of capacitor is charge, and capacitor does not hold the charge, it discharges, as it discharges power, we have to refresh the recharge again. We have to recharge again. To recharge again, we have to refresh the RAM. We have to refresh the RAM. So this is the difference between SRAM and DRAM. So RAM stands for random access memory. That means we can randomly access the memory. It has two types of RAM, SRAM and DRAM. SRAM is faster than DRAM and faster than DRAM. As SRAM is made up of flip-flops, no need to refresh. As DRAM is made up of capacitor, the property of capacitor is once it is charged, again it will discharge after some time. Once it is charged, discharge from after some time. To charge the capacitor, again we have to refresh the RAM. That means again we have to charge the capacitor. That's why this rate takes so much time. That's why it's slower. This way it is slower. Again DRAM, we have DDR1, DDR2, DDR3, DDR4 like this. DDR4 like this. DDR stands for double data register. DDR stands for double data register 1. DDR2 double data register 2. Double data rate. DDR stands for double data rate. DDR stands for double data rate. DDR1 double data rate 1. DDR2 double data rate 2. DDR3 double data rate 3. DDR4 double data. Nowadays, if you can find out these DDR RAMs in our laptops and desktops. We will continue the same class tomorrow.